Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Pasquarello, and I am a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor, and I am a bookkeeper with Harrisburg Bookkeeping. I wanted to make a short video here, QuickBooks tutorial on journal entries, specifically for loans and assets. I see a lot of times loan payments that companies are receiving are being reported as income. Assets aren't properly depreciated, and I just see a whole lot of mess of things in people's chart of accounts. So wanted to show you real quick some simple journal entries for your QuickBooks, how to account for specifically loans or liabilities, as we call them, and then assets. So I provide bookkeeping services for small business owners, do virtual bookkeeping all over the country, and also do some in-house bookkeeping here in South Central Pennsylvania. So if you all need any help with your QuickBooks, your taxes, I partner with a CPA for annual tax filing. We do tax consulting, tax strategy with my CPA, and then I handle your weekly and monthly bookkeeping. So categorize your transactions, reconcile your accounts, create your bills, create your invoices, pay your bills, whatever you need done, we can do it at Harrisburg Bookkeeping. So without further ado, let's get started on this quick tutorial. Hopefully this helps. And if you have not done this properly, do not fear. We can help. We can do some adjusting journal entries. If you've already filed your taxes, we'll do what we can to help you get your books in order. Okay, enough of the introduction. Got this fancy graphic here. Have this beautiful house. It's a nice looking house. Okay, so get rid of that screen. Make my face a little smaller so you all can see what I'm talking about. All right. There we go. That's that. Okay, so this is my bookkeeping. This is my QuickBooks account for demonstration purposes only. Just a fake account. Nothing really to see here. But we will jump right into it. Okay. So this new button up here in the top left-hand corner is how we do journal entries. Chances are you're doing a lot of expenses, maybe bills, invoices, sales receipts. Those are probably your most common things, but then all the way over here on the far right hand side we have journal entry. So this is double entry accounting, credits, debits and credits. It's a little bit more complex. QuickBooks kind of takes care of all that for you. We're going to start off with a loan, specifically a mortgage. So I'm going to go over three things. I'm going to go over a mortgage loan. I'll go over a regular loan for equipment, and then I will go over, I think that's it. Just those two loans, because they kind of tie in with the assets too, because typically you get a loan to buy an asset. So kind of teach two things with one journal entry. All right, let's say for simplicity purposes, June 1st, my business, and this is all business related, okay? This is not a mortgage for your personal house. This would be maybe you're a real estate investor, or maybe a restaurant owner. Maybe you buy a building for your restaurant, or maybe you're buying properties for real estate. Or maybe you're a bookkeeper and you buy an office because your bookkeeping business is growing. Congratulations. All right, so we have the account here, the debit, the credit, description, all this good stuff. Journal, number, however you want to identify this. It doesn't have to be a number. We can say mortgage 1. The first mortgage. That doesn't matter what it is. It can be anything. Just something that makes sense to you. All right, so debits and credits. So this little drop down arrow, this is all of your chart of accounts right here. So you might need to create a new one. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, so you take out a mortgage to buy a house. So, or not a house. Yeah, a house for rental property, rental income. So we will say the house is 1 Main Street. Add new. This takes you up to this screen here. What account type is it? Is a fixed asset. And it gives you a whole list here of fixed assets. And we'll go with building. However you want to identify this building. And since we are a real estate investment company, we're just going to make it a sub account of, okay, we don't even have, we'll not worry about that then. Okay. Fixed assets. It's a fixed asset. It's not a current asset like inventory. It's a fixed asset. It's going to be around more than 12 months. Detail type. Don't get too hung up on the detail type. It doesn't really matter a whole lot, but the building. Let's see. 1 Main Street is the address. However you want to identify your buildings, I recommend do an address. And that's all you need. So we're setting up a new chart of account here. Fixed asset, building. The address is 1 Main Street. Now, the value of the property is $100,000. I'm not going to get into splitting up the value of the building and the land, but you will want to do that. Typically, I see 75-25, so if it's $100,000, 75% of the total value would go to the building, 25% would go to the land. The building is not depreciated, but I'm not going to get into those details right now. Just very basic how to do a journal entry for a mortgage. This is just the surface. Just kind of give you a broad overview of what's going on here. But you will need to split up the building and the land for depreciation. Land does not depreciate. Okay, so $100,000 for the building. Now, QuickBooks, as soon as you go to start another journal entry, QuickBooks will automatically do this, and they'll balance out the debits and credits. If you need to do another debit, then don't worry about this right here. And we'll do a description. We will say purchase price of property, PPP. Now, one other thing that I will include in this tutorial is another aspect to acquiring property that might often be overlooked. $1,000 for legal fees. So sometimes, not 100% of the time, but most times, sometimes, any legal fees associated with acquiring the building will need to be capitalized. So typically, you'll see the legal fees adding on to the value of the building. So we'll do a separate line for that journal entry right there. Now, let's say you paid a 20% down payment. So we will take our checking account and here we are paying $20,000 on the down payment. So far we have a building for $100,000, $1,000 of legal fees, which will be included in the basis of the property. So debit is increasing this value of our asset. So on our balance sheet, the value of our asset will be $101,000. Now we are applying a credit to our checking account, which will decrease the amount we have in our checking account. We are spending $20,000. Important distinction there. Debits and credits. It can be a little bit confusing, but hopefully this explains it for you. So checking account, $20,000 down payment. Now lastly, we will do a loan. The mortgage. It's a long-term liability. So current assets, current liabilities are less than 12 months or 12 months and under. And any long-term fixed assets or long-term liabilities will be more than 12 months. And QuickBooks does a good job of explaining some basic accounting to you. Right here, use notes payable to track the amounts your business owes in long term, parentheses, over 12 months. For short loans, use other current liabilities. But this is a long-term liability. Typically mortgages are, 15, 30 years, right? So note payable. So for this, I will say loan, and just make sure it's easily identifiable. So whenever you buy your first property, you're not too worried about it, but 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, when you have 200 properties, you're going to want to make sure you can easily find all of these notes payable, all these fixed assets in your QuickBooks. So do it right from the beginning. Make it easy to find this information. Stay organized from the beginning. Okay, loan 1 Main Street. So this is creating a liability. This has nothing to do with your profit and loss statement. This has everything to do with your balance sheet. So let's say you get a loan. We'll add the description, the total value of the mortgage. So now we have a loan for $81,000. That's it. So this liability, this loan, we owe the bank $81,000. We decreased our checking account by $20,000 on the down payment, and we increased our assets. We acquired this building for $100,000 plus $1,000 in legal fees. That's all the journal entry you need for acquiring property. If you're getting equipment or machinery, same concept. Instead of a building, just name it refrigerator, tractor, truck for the asset. And if the loan is longer than 12 months, it'll be a long-term liability. If the loan is under 12 months, it'll be a current liability. Same concept. Asset, debit the asset, credit the liability. Okay, and I'm going to show you one more thing. Making your first payment on your mortgage. So that's June 1st. We acquired the mortgage. Now we will do July 1st. We're making our first mortgage payment. Mortgage payment 1. This will be our first journal entry. So before we did a credit for our loan to increase our loan. Now we are paying off our loan. 3 things need to happen. 1, we're going to do a debit to our loan. 2, we're going to debit interest expense. 3, we're going to credit our checking account. So typically, always there's going to be an amortization schedule on your mortgage. So you're going to pay more interest up front. But that interest payment is an expense in the accounting cycle that it happened. So if you pay interest in 2021, you'll be able to depreciate the full cost of that interest. But you will not be able to depreciate the full amount that you pay on your loan this year. So depreciation is a whole nother conversation. But just know that okay, we'll just do it right quick. So $1,000 every month for your loan. But you need to split up that mortgage payment into 2 different things. Applied to the principal or the loan, and then applied to interest. So like I said, typically in the early stages of your mortgage, your interest will be much higher. So we'll say 600 for interest. These are just pretty much random numbers, and then 400 for the loan. So for the description here, we can say applied to principal. So $1,000 is going to come out of your checking account, and then you need to allocate and differentiate between the interest and the principal payment. So if you look at your mortgage statement every month, it should tell you how much is going to principal and how much is going to interest. Very important that you do this, because at the end of the year, you want to make sure you're capturing all of your interest expense, because that will reduce your tax liability. But this transfer right here, this $400 transfer from your checking account to your loan, that $400 is not a business expense this year. That $400 is not a business expense this year. You are just paying off your loan. And the property needs to be depreciated over 27.5 years. More like 30 plus years if it's a commercial property, but if it's a residential rental property, 27.5 years. Very, very important. Even if you pay cash for your asset this year, even if you buy a house for $50,000 cash, even if you buy a tractor for $30,000 cash, that does not mean that you have a $30,000 business expense for 2021. So last thing I like to do, as always, double check, make sure what we're doing with the journal entries is showing up. So here, this will not show up on the profit and loss. So we will look at June 1st. June 1st here. So nothing's on the profit and loss for June 1st. But if you go to the balance sheet, as of June 1st, we'll see here we have decreased our checking account, we have increased our assets, increased our liabilities. So that's where the liabilities and the assets shows up on your balance sheet. So it's important that you're not only looking at your profit and loss statement, but also look at your balance sheet. So I hope all this was helpful. Hope I didn't stress you out even more. Hopefully I was able to explain some things. If you all have any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Let me know. Once again, my name is Zach Pasquarello. I own Harrisburg Bookkeeping. We do daily, monthly, weekly bookkeeping, account reconciliation, categorize your transactions, and we also do tax consulting, tax strategy with my CPA. So whatever you all need, reach out. We would be happy to work with you. If you all are acquiring assets and taking out loans, it's very important that you account for all that stuff appropriately with journal entries and in your balance sheet and your profit and loss statement. So make sure all of that's squared away. And if it's not, I'd be happy to look at it for you. We can do a Zoom consultation. Just take a look at your balance sheet, take a look at your journal entries. So that's it for this video. I will talk to you all in the next one.